Good afternoon and welcome to the Terry Fox Complex. Prior to today's game, we would like to recognize the Holland College men's graduating players. Anthony Pittman. Richmond Adekola. Lucas Smith. Ryan Dickey. Mateo Osorio. Chad McNally. Nathan Wheeler. Liam Boswell. And Colby Monroe. The college would like to thank all these players for their passion and commitment to the Hurricanes over the last 2 years. As the players march out, we would like to also recognize the PEI U18 All-Stars. U18 Boys Premier, Noah Wyan from West Royalty. Caden Blackman, also West Winslow. Mayandi Akea, Winslow. Nicholas Neitz, Sherwood Parkdale, also a member of the Hurricanes. Lachlan Dykstra, RC, also a member of the Hurricanes. Isaac Tweel, RC United. Hudson Halty from RC United, also a member of the Hurricanes. Ben Weatherby from Sherwood Parkdale. Kai Nurse, Sherwood Parkdale, also a member of the Hurricanes. Campbell Dunn from Stratford. Matthias Horikawa from Stratford. And Ty Nogler from Winslow West Royalty. U18 Boys First Division. John Gill, Eastern Eagles. I'm not sure where all the boys are standing, as I call their names. Matthew Pieka from Eastern Eagles. Charlie O'Regan from Surrey. Paul Cormier, Summerside United. Gabriel Martin, Summerside United. Deegan Clark, Stratford. Connor Arsenal, Stratford. Cole Schofield, RC, who is also a member of the Dal Rams. Jet Aruki from Sherwood, Abdul Rashid Abaya from Sherwood, Gavin McDonald, Sherwood, and Kiplin Elward from Stratford. In the spirit of reconciliation, we acknowledge that the land upon which we gather is unceded Mi'kmaq territory. Petquick Mi'kma'ki is covered by the historic treaties of peace and friendship. We pay our respects to the indigenous Mi'kmaq people who have occupied this island for over 12,000 years, past, present, and future. The starting lineup for the Rams today. Number 3, Elliot Saucier. Number 6, Cam Skirman from Summerside. Number 7, Jordan Bartow. Number 11, Eric Winters. 13, Caden Hutchinson. 15, Philip Vino. 18, Eric Verschoor. 19, Patrick Casey. 20, Gus McEwen. 21, Gregor McEwen. 25, Noah Willis. Head coach for the Dow Rams, Sergio Sani. Assistant coach, Cameron Brown. Starting lineup for the Holland Hurricanes. Number 2, Harrison Monroe. Number 4, Nicholas Dietz. Number 5, Lachlan Dykstra. Number 6, Kai Nurse. Number 9, Nathan Wheeler. Number 10, Hatem Almasari. Number 11, Carson Crawford. 12, Liam Boswell. 20, Nicholas Brown. 21, Waleed Lima. 25, Ryan Dickey. Holland College are coached by Jonathan Voss. Assistant coaches Nathan Ford, Brandon Eagle. Referee today will be Aiden O'Regan. Nope, that's from the girls.
One of those McAdam guys.
Oh, it's one of the McAdam boys.
All right.
Oh, here it is. Sorry. Jared McAdam will be in the middle. On the lines will be Aziz Shihab. Bradley Slater. Fourth official is Aiden O'Regan. We would ask you now to please stand if you're able for the play of our national anthem.
Yep.
Okay.
Well,
All
as
right.
they stumbled through that, Lauren, I'll let you take over for the start of this game.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Terry Fox Sports Complex in Cornwall for today's ACAA men's soccer action between the Holland College Hurricanes and the Dow AC Rams. This is the final regular season game for both these teams. Unfortunately, both will not be qualifying for the playoffs next season, but or for next weekend. But some unfortunate luck, I guess, for Holland. They've started slow this year and have kind of built on it, and they've been one of the better teams in the last little while, but not enough points to qualify. I think Jackie said if they win today, they'll be 1 point out of a playoff spot, which is too bad. But
I think it's either 1 win or 1 point, but anyway, they'll finish third.
Just pride to play for, but you always want to win your last game if you're Holland College, and if you're DALAC, like you say, it's a better drive home in the bus after a win than it is after a loss. Dal hasn't won a game yet this season. They have one tie, I believe, on their docket so far. So they'd love to get one out of the way here and at least go home happy with one win. So we'll see how it all shakes down. We had some presentations to seniors there earlier, and everybody's ready to go here. Referee McAdam is in the middle of the park. Got the watch ready to go, and things will get underway here shortly.
Well, it's, if you look at the lineup out there, Holland College will have 2 starters not playing. They're 2 starting wing backs. Both ran into card trouble at yesterday's game, so they had their 3rd yellow, which means they're sitting out a game, which unfortunately is their last game of the season. As Lauren has mentioned, this team has had a slow start, but has been one of the better teams the last 3 weeks, which is, again, probably too late for them to, well, it is too late for them to get to the playoffs, where they probably could have done or had a better chance of moving on in the playoffs. As Lauren and I were discussing the girls' game with the ACAA, they only take 4 teams. With the AUS, they take six.
And a lot of organizations too. A lot of if you're hosting the playoffs, if you're hosting the championships, they'll allow. I was asking John that, like, a host club doesn't get in. I know, as I've been AUS for years, when they would be the AUS championships, it was always one team that was in as a host team. So that's not the case as well. So there's going to be four guys teams here next year playing next weekend playing the ACAA championships, but none of them are going to be the actual host team. So yeah, I don't know how ticket sales will go for those, but anyway, there'll be lots of people here to watch the girls, I'm sure, and the guys will undoubtedly be here to provide their support as well. And there's through ball played from Nathan Wheeler to his striking partner up front, and that's going to go for a corner kick. So first chance for for Holland College to get some bodies forward here in the box on a corner kick and see if they can get something out of this.
We'll see if they can continue their scoring. They've done well the last 3 games, scoring 7 goals. Wheeler scored a nice goal last night off a corner header into the net. I'd like to see him do some more damage here.
Mm-hmm.
The backup keeper for Holland College is also starting the game today.
Okay.
Give him a chance to see some action. We will probably see numerous players get into this game today.
Nathan Wheeler sort of starting at the top of the box and trying to make a run in there. That ball is not quite high enough, but another chance to come in there. There's a good and that was
jumped out of his shoe. Cam Skirman.
I think Nathan had his eye on that one, and Cam Skirman just jumped in front of him at the last minute.
If you don't recognize, Cam Skirman was a prolific goalkeeper with FC program here. He was the Rookie of the Year for the ACAA last year. Highest save percentage in the league. But unfortunately, he hurt his shoulder over the summer and is now playing out. He's not playing in nets, which is probably fortunate for other teams.
There's a short corner played in.
It's Kai Nurse getting the ball into the box. Liam Boswell with the shot.
Oh, there's a good shot.
Good quick release by Liam.
Jack, Kai Nurse played up west his whole career with West Prince. I noticed when they announced him he played in the Sherwood Club. Was that just...
so he moved into town last year.
Okay, so he is in town now.
No, he also was 1 year an AP player with U17 FC.
Okay.
But it's hard to play FC when you're in West Prince because everything's held in Charlottetown.
Yeah. No, it's tough. I can remember the guy's dad's a great guy. I remember always chatting to him when we used to play against him, and when he and He and my son played together on a few teams over the years, and his father was a great supporter, always involved up in that area.
Should have probably released that pass a little quicker. Play by Bozzy.
We junior high school up there had a pretty decent team for a couple years. I think a couple years our Stone Park guys, we won. We played them in the final.
Upset them.
We played them in the final a couple times in the school sport. But they had a good solid junior high school team up there for a couple years at Hernwood.
Hernwood, you guys played them in the final. I remember because they hadn't given up a goal all year, hadn't lost a point. And
well, they hadn't played us yet either.
Yeah, and you guys beat them 2-0 in the final.
Yeah, it was a good game though. They and I think the year before we played them. I think we one other time we played them, we handled them fairly handily. But yeah, that one year they had a good mix of real good soccer players and some really good athletes.
Brock,
Brock and some
great
size.
Player. Reese
had a big kid in nets, and they were pretty solid. But
I think it hurt when you have a lot of multi-sport athletes.
Yeah,
which typically you do at small schools.
Yeah, I used to see Kai for soccer, and then he was also pretty decent basketball player as well when he played up there. Good footwork there coming through. Keep the switch going over here.
Good possession so far by Holland College, moving the ball around well. Harris Monroe, made it to Dykstra. Hesitant in his movement there.
Well, we've gone 5 minutes without a goal, which didn't happen in the girls' game.
No.
They were fast and furious.
Majority in here, in Dow's end. As I think we talked about the girls' game, Dow plays on a grass field at home, a shorter field, thick grass, so the game's a little slower on there. I think as with the girls' AC team, they'll struggle on the turf. A little quicker, bigger field.
You would think at an agricultural college they should be able to grow pretty good grass there, right?
Oh, they do. It's nice and thick, though.
Oh, there you go. Well, that's
it's
the
thick
sign
and
of
long, and it slows the ball down, which I think probably is a strategy, which would make sense.
They may never put in field turf. It might be almost blasphemous to do that at an agricultural college.
Right.
What do you mean? We're not going to use the real stuff.
That's a good ball from Bozzy to Wheeler. Will he get on it? He's going to shield that and let it go out for a throw for Holland College. Good play.
The sun was out there for about 3 minutes, and it seemed nice, and it has since gone away.
I'm waiting for the snow showers now.
There's no snow, but it's not very. There's something about every soccer field in PEI. They try to build it where there's absolutely no shelter or any cover whatsoever.
Well, nothing will ever be like the McAdam Field in PEI before.
Here's a chance now for Dow. That's well blocked. That was Nick Knights that blocked that.
That should be a Holland College throw. As Lauren and I blocked the shot, forget that there's a camera.
Speaking of blocking things.
We have to see a little bit quicker release from the backs with the college. Should be maximum 2 touches back there. Move the ball, speed of play. Then you get yourself in trouble. Good physical play by Dykstra to win that ball. Yeah, so this is Holland College needs to, at the back, move the ball a little quicker.
A little clip in the middle there. Someone kept the cleat in a little bit too long. We get a free kick, so everybody's going to push up a little bit here.
So I think at this point in the girls' game, it was 3-0.
Jeez. That was the hammer there.
I have no idea where that was going.
Would have been pretty quick to get on the end of that one.
When you get plays like this, all you're doing is giving the ball back to the opponent. I know you and I have talked about possession before, but it's what you do with your possession. Nice turn by Wheeler. Good ball to Haddam. Kai Nurse. Don't shoot from there. Nice.
All it
To
wide.
the wing. We get this ball in the box. You have bodies in there. Monroe. That's not a bad ball. Good attempt.
Great idea. We'll go for a goal kick. We mentioned the playoffs are coming up here. The ACAA next weekend here at Terry Fox. The high school and junior high school playoffs are starting to roll for fall sports here. The cross country championships, as always, held on a rainy, miserable, cold day at Mill River. We had a young fellow from our school who won a gold medal in the Bantam cross country.
Oh, congratulations.
It's the Island Marathon weekend as well here, so lots of people. I was just looking at them
There's
in
also
between
badminton
games.
championships here.
What's that?
There's also badminton championships
Badminton,
this weekend for the regionals.
There's stuff going on. Seeing lots of people on Facebook talking about running half marathons or walking or doing some. There's all kinds of activities. Really neat posts. Some friends of mine whose kids did the little, the small, short little trots and stuff like that. So great activities there. So all kinds of stuff going on. I managed to dodge the traffic. Every year I forget about the marathon and I get stuck in the traffic over there by the bypass highway and Route 2. So anyway,
It's a good event for
marathon
PEI,
has
though.
always just turned into a huge event here on PEI. So
there's a giveaway. That could be
well
good
done.
recovered by Nick Neese, but
Yeah,
that was not a.
Recognize that, and well, good step.
Gotta be careful with their passes. That's a good ball by Kai.
Good ball there.
Harrison can take this down.
Control this.
Oh, nice.
First touch back.
Have another touch. Have a attempt from there is not bad. That might have been a handball.
Ooh.
No.
And deflection in front of there, but I didn't see who it hit.
No.
Good build up though
from
from
VAR either.
What?
We don't have VAR to check
No,
this.
we don't have the VAR. What does VAR stand for? Video
Video
referee?
assistant referee. There's a horn inadvertently went here. I'm not sure what that was, but
Oh, is that the first? Is that the football first quarter?
It's a stupid quirk with that scoreboard, yeah.
Oh.
It happened in the women's game.
12 minutes in, there's been, I'd say, possession advantage to Holland College. Again, it's trying to finish in the offensive third.
Yeah.
We're getting in there. We're just not seeing the. I shouldn't say it's not a lack of scoring right now. I think it's a lack of scoring opportunities where the ball is just not getting to players in the 18-yard box, the opponent's 18-yard box. Boswell needs some help there. To Carson, let's see some movement out here. Back to Boswell. The long ball. Will Wally get on the end of that? Oh, he is. He did go by him. Let's see if we can do something with this. Back to Wheeler. Back to Wally. Oh, and he does offside.
A little bit offside there. Good
that would have been
idea.
a pretty play. It's unfortunately, some players don't remember to check back after they release the ball. Or recognize maybe just shoot because they're offside. Good defensive play there.
I was thinking, Jack, between games, the DALAC are called the Rams, right? I've seen the logo, like the ram head. Should the women's team not be called the U's?
Maybe you're right.
They call them the Rams.
They call them the Rams as well.
Because a female ram is anyway. I'm going to call it. I don't know.
Not sure.
That's bugging me.
And we have a player down.
It's bothering me a little bit
for the Rams. I didn't see anything happen there. He just sat down and
maybe they don't have the money to make 2 sets of logos or something like that.
He might be.
He's
walking very gingerly, and he's going to be our first sub of the game. He just took himself out of the game. Whatever happened, I didn't see it. So for the Rams, number 3 will be coming out.
Number 3 out, number 12 is in.
So number 3 is Elliot Saucier. Going in is Matt McKenzie. Start up here again. Carson's going wide to Nurse. Take a look. That's not a bad ball to Nick. Nick's looking inside. That's a good ball inside.
A knock down here.
Again, we're seeing what it's players taking an extra touch instead of passing the ball. When there's 2 people in front of you, you should be looking to move the ball, not holding on to it. Carson plays it all the way back to the keeper. Oh, that's a bad.
An ill-advised pass there, I think.
And again, that's the second time they've given the ball up there, and Nick needs to save them.
Just kind of a lazy, kind of a clip in the middle of the park instead of knocking it out wide to the guy that was open. I'm not sure what.
And
the second,
you're back
the
to the
second
play,
time it's
I'm
happened.
sure he should have just taken a touch. They need some more communication.
A little too nonchalant with that one.
Yeah. Inserted Wheeler. Wheeler plays it wide. Good ball.
Wide.
See if we get some movement with this. Again, too much. The ball's got to get into the box.
Yeah, there's some 2 or 3 bodies going forward there. That's one where you just doesn't have to be fancy. Just get it in.
Has to get in there.
I coached junior high soccer for years and even youth soccer. I've always said, I'm never going to get upset with you if you put your head down and smack a cross in there, throw something into the box. There's a lot of things can happen in there, good and bad for both.
Definitely. Like I say, you have to get it in the box. If you're not getting it in the box, and I look at touches in the box, and yes, Holland College is the majority of the play, but the touches in the box haven't been there.
Oh,
yeah, that's
referee said he got the foot before he got the ball, I guess. So
yeah.
free kick in
so
a bit of a dangerous spot here.
Up here.
Keeper will have to be on his toes a little bit. Defenders will have to be ready to go.
See a 4-man wall here.
This is going to be a shot.
He's going for it, and not a bad shot.
Yeah, good shot.
Nice save. That was a good shot.
Let's see.
So that was probably the best scoring chance of the game so far.
Definitely. That's well handled by the keeper there. Yeah, just hold this for a second. Let everybody get their positions.
Got to look inside, look inside, look inside. That's just giving the ball away, Kai.
Good pressure there, double the ball, force the throw in. Now they're going to try to keep them locked in here if they can.
You can hear the girls giving some encouragement from the sideline for the boys.
Spent the better part of the last 2 days in the gym at a volleyball tournament, Jack.
For
Almost at the point where I understand it now.
intermediate or high school?
Intermediate. We do 3 tournaments in a row, 3 weekends. AA girls last weekend, A girls this
Get this
weekend,
ball
and
through the
AA
box.
boys next weekend.
Get it
Chance
through the
to
box.
get it in. Whoops. And
Waits too long. I think you
Yeah,
had
gonna-
2 people at the top of the box, and again, you can't hold on the ball and try and beat 3 people.
It gives the defense a chance to recover too, right? You get
That's
a
all
bit
you
of a
did.
break, and then all of a sudden you're standing there. Everybody's got a chance to pick up.
Let's see if they can do something here. Somebody get on the end of that.
Heat.
Right through the box.
20 minutes gone here in the first half, and the score remains 0-0 between Holland College and DALAC.
Good double there. You got a player in the middle. Yes. Oh, and he's offside. That was a
Offside.
good ball.
Right, good idea.
Yeah. I'm sure Holland College would like to be up soon. One minutes in. Good ball through. A couple of nice passes there. Let's see if Wally can get on the end of this. Too close to the keeper. Gotta bring it out a bit.
Oh, he's nicked
There's
it.
good pressure there. You get it inside, you get 2 guys on you. And we have 3 on 4 here. Good counter by Dal. Again, Nick needs
good
the
defended.
3 times now he saved this team. Ball. Nice touch by Harrison. Wally'd run this down.
And he's going to win another corner kick.
See if we get somebody on the end of this.
Ball. Oh, far post. Still there.
Use your support, use your support, use your support. You've got to. Oh, he turned. That's good. Somebody there.
Oh, far post. It's there.
And it's in.
And we've got a goal
was
for
nicely
Holland
done.
College.
Nicely done. That gives them
Well
an early
done.
lead.
Nodded back.
So what we said too, right? Just nobody's going to complain if you just smash it through the box. And
Well,
that's
yeah.
what he did.
You know what? And the header, I think it was Harrison that headed it. You know, I think he realized he wasn't going to get enough on it to get it on goal, Harry, and he nodded it back across. And that's what really made it
And you had two players standing there.
Yeah, just waiting to knock it in. So good play on his part. Good composure by everybody on that one. But yeah, get the ball in the box and good things will happen. I always used to tell the kids a lot of bad things can happen. You know, hit someone's leg and goes in. Goalie bobbles it. You know, like I don't. You know, there's there's all kinds. It starts to pinball around in there and falls to someone's foot. And I know from years ago playing as a keeper, I'd much rather see somebody dance with the ball out around there or do whatever than have it just, you know, constantly smacking crosses in. So Holland College with a lead now, which is got to give them a little more relief. They can play a little bit now, try to lock it in here for the next 5 minutes and try to solidify this. As you said, Jack, Nick Nates has played well today. He's made two or three good plays. Well. As always, I can remember Nick coming out as a grade 7 at Stone Park years ago, and when Ian Freshman I coached, and he impressed us then. He plays hard. He's
there
physical.
He is again.
Yeah, well done.
That was a weak clearance play.
Oh, this is
got to get that ball.
Trouble.
Got to get that ball.
Well cleared.
There you go. 2-on-3. Somebody coming hard, Harrison. That's a good ball. You got to get some bodies forward here. Use your support.
Oh, he tried to thread that through the Wheeler. Just caught a leg. Zach, I just checked the out-of-town scoreboard, and Man United still beat Liverpool 2-1.
Still, that's amazing. That's actually a big win for United.
Yeah, I think so. I think that might keep their manager's job for a few more weeks.
Well, I'd say that keeps their manager's job, but it does definitely put Liverpool's manager under pressure.
It's hilarious. You know, European football is so I guess it's the press coverage, it's the fanaticism of the fans, whatever. Yeah. But everything one way or another is just an emergency, or the sky is falling, or
And I think we all knew that Chelsea's manager, Forest manager, if they lost yesterday, which they did, he was going to be gone, and he was. I think it was the second shortest coaching term by a Premier League coach.
Yeah, there's a headline here from ESPN: Liverpool plunged into crisis. You know, it's like they're third in the league.
Third in the league and the defending champs.
Yeah. Anyway, good ball.
That's good ball out to Wheeler. Will he get this in the box? And he does, just too far.
Bob Uecker would say just a bit outside. About halfway through the first half here, Holland College leads 1-0. Again, I think they're just sort of waiting. That first pass they're going to wait on. It's the second one where they're going to try to double down and get the ball turned over. Should have a little barbecue here next week. Food truck or something like that.
Food truck would be nice. Barbecue food truck would be nice. It's a little tight back there. That's a nice ball by keeper out to Dykstra.
It'll be a canteen next week.
Let's get this again. Ball in the box again, Harry. That's not bad.
No.
Good pressure here. Keep this ball in. That's nice, but again,
Yeah,
you've got support right there.
yeah, I
Why are
don't
you
know.
trying
I
to go
don't
through
know
3
that one.
players?
Why you try that when the guy's sitting there?
There's a guy sitting right there, and you've got 3 players in front of you, and you think you can beat all 3 of them, and you just turn the ball back over. Again, smart with your possession. All you did was give the ball back to them.
And then spin out.
Careful, Nick. Again, you don't have to win the ball. That's well done, Nick. Look inside. That's good. Good second effort by Dykstra there. Is Wheeler going to get to this?
Oh, here's a chance. Wheeler
And he does. And what a
scores.
finish by Wheeler. Yes. And the celly.
He learned that from his mother.
He learned it from me. But kudos to Dykstra. That goal did not happen without Dykstra.
No.
Second and third effort here to put the ball through. And a nice finish to beat the keeper. And of course, a nice celebration.
Oh, lovely, lovely. 2-0 for Holland College. 30 minutes gone in the first half. A couple of really
That's
nice
a
goals.
ball
Both
by
strikers
Wally.
on the
That's
board
a
now.
really nice ball. Can Wheeler get it into the box? There's what we were talking about. Use your support. You've got players there. Use them. Nice. Again, actually, Lauren, this is starting to look better. I'm okay with that shot too.
Yeah, that's fine.
He gets that on that. That was nice movement there. I know I'm a little biased, but it's nice to see Nathan score again. He struggled with coming out of U18, FC17, serious injury, missed most of last season. Started to recover here, and then got another injury with his ankle, and just starting to come back again. It's nice to see.
I offered to tape his ankle before the game started, but he passed on that. I'm not sure. I told him I'd do it, but there was no pro wrap. And it's funny, since that first goal goes in, you can see there's almost a little bit of a
difference.
The difference is a little more
But
step.
you know that too. Once you score, your confidence goes up.
And I think when you're DALAC and you're haven't won a game all year, you start strong and you hold the fort for a while, and then all of a sudden it's kind of like, oh God, here we go again, sort of thing.
Yes.
Just a little bit of a letdown. That's a good ball.
Okay,
well done.
Nick is like so far from me the player of the game. Like he's done so well back there. Nice ball to Hatton. He's got to take that first touch closer to his body. That's definitely going to be a foul, which is what happens when you give up a ball.
Yeah, and that's the one sometimes they'll throw a card at you because
and he's getting
it looks retaliatory, right? You give the ball up and then you hack the guy.
Yeah, which is both were unnecessary. His first touch was too much, and he knew it.
Yeah. Well, some bodies up, getting warmed up. We'll see if Coach Foss throws a few more people in here again, like he did with the girls' game.
I'd say at halftime we'll probably see 4 or 5 subs, definitely.
Well, last game of the year too, and for some guys, last game here. I'm sure he's going to try to get some bodies in.
Well, he's got 2, 3 on the bench earlier last year. They'll definitely get in. So I'd say Mateo Osorio will get in. Mateo's a decent little player. His brother plays at UPEI. His brother's a good player as well, Jerry.
I know. I did the UPEI games a couple of years ago. I kept calling him Jonathan because there's a Jonathan Osorio that used to play for the Canadian national team.
Jerry worked hard this year to get himself back into the lineup, and he did get into the lineup late in the season, but he worked hard at that. Fortunately for UPEI, they finished out of the playoffs again.
Yeah.
This has been a good couple of years for them. Oh, there we go again. Oh,
Ooh.
that should have been in.
Yeah,
That should have been in. The
He
keeper
did
didn't even move on that.
he did everything right, and then he just kind of pulled the string on it a little bit too
Yeah.
much.
Opened his hips up, turned a little bit, got away from him. So there's a few players here. Like I look at Liam Boswell. He's finishing his kinesiology. Probably going to stay home. Will he try? Will he go to UPEI? He probably will. Will he play there? Will he come back here?
Yeah.
Colby Monroe. Who knows if he's going to come back? But his brother's there, and his younger brother's probably coming here. You could have all three Monroe brothers on one team. Harrison's done well in his first year. It's a nice run by the fullback, Harrison. I've always said when your fullback makes that run up there, you should pass him the ball.
Yeah, yeah.
They make that. That's quite a run. They've got to run all the way back. That's off of Dykstra's goal kick. Yeah, it's a fullback making that run up there and not getting the ball. It's like, man, now I got to run all the way back.
Yeah, I'm never doing that again. I guess the winter sports for Holland College, I think volleyball started already, or the basketball must be well into training camp. And
so the volleyball had a tournament last weekend. Actually, the basketball team men's looks good.
Yeah.
And
Well,
I think they've got 1 or 2 UPEI players there this year.
I've seen some of the recruiting stuff coming over social media and stuff, and yeah, it looks like he's recruited some players. So
Yeah. And honestly, like Holland College always does well at basketball.
Oh, yeah.
They've done well over the years.
oh, they were dominant for a long
Oh,
stretch
for a
there.
while. I think
Josh
actually there
Woody
was a
there.
couple years before Daryl got to UPEI where I think Holland College beat UPEI a couple of times.
Yeah.
But I tell you, Daryl's done well with that program. Oh, I see Wheeler gingerly walking off there. Boswell's done well in the middle.
Yeah.
I think he made 1 error at the start of the game, but since then he's settled down. He's really taken control of that middle. He's a good defensive midfield. It's a nice ball too.
Good call.
When we look at, talk about, I think we said the other week, when we see how this finished, we talked about Liam's toughness, getting it from his mom, but we also remember who his dad is, Graham.
Yeah, yeah.
Graham was a tough player at UPEI and senior men's.
Yeah, absolutely.
So he's got some pedigree there that he's picked up. I see Kai Nurse will be an improvement over next year too. He's done well this year. He started every game as a first-year player. You hope that. Oh, unfortunate for both. You hope that it's the summer program at PEI which needs to change a bit, especially past the U18.
There's not a lot of there's not the competition. I mean, I'm not around as much, but I can remember senior men's soccer in the summer used to be, a lot of the university guys would go and play, and it was quite competitive. They were either playing here or somewhere else, and I don't, did PEI send a team to the senior nationals
2
this
years
year?
in a row we haven't. When you look at, so I can only look at Nova Scotia the most because I'm from there and I go back quite a bit. Senior men's is still strong, the league there.
Yeah.
The difference I've noticed, Lauren, this is my opinion, but I believe it's true, is senior men's here, what has happened is there's no coaching anymore. You remember the days when it was Papa Joe's, we had Sports Page Breakers, John Diamond, Bruce Norton, like George Barnum with Smugglers. Like now it's just a bunch of guys get together, there's no coaching. So there's no practice, there's no training, there's no development. Whereas when you go to Nova Scotia, there's still, within the club system, strong coaching at every level. So they always tend to send somebody to the Nationals. They always finish. Nova Scotia's typically top 3, top 5.
Yeah.
Gold sometimes. So there is an attempt here in PEI to put an FC senior men's women's in next year. And they're looking at putting them into a maritime league, which is being basically pushed by the Wanderers U23 because they won a league. U21, they won a league. They're just playing exhibition. So PEISA, I don't know if I'm giving away anything here, is talk to them. They're looking at developing a senior men's program. New Brunswick is looking at maybe adding a team or two.
I think one of the problems and one of the things that happened in the past, I know from our years when I was coaching at UPEI, a lot of the guys that were playing for us at UPEI were also the sort of the guts of the senior men's teams, and I can remember a couple years having that discussion, saying, is this trip to the Nationals costing us an AOS championship? Because the same, like everyone, a lot of guys and a lot of our better players were playing both.
Right.
So that weekend of the Nationals, everybody had the weekend off, and our guys were traveling. Some were playing, coming back, not getting much of a break. Someone was getting hurt, and so I agree. There needs to be some senior men's stuff going on, but I wonder too with if it needs to be something with. The other problem is with universities. I don't know what the regulations are now. If you're allowed to keep your crew together and train with them all year or play with them all year and stuff. There's some limitations on what you are and aren't allowed to do there.
I think. So whenever exhibition season starts, you're allowed to get together 2 weeks before that.
Yeah. I know in the past there was always like.
But I look at Holy Cross senior men's, they won, senior women's won. They both had CBU players on their team. So there is an agreement with U Sport and CCAA, and
that's a late hit
close,
there, I
but
think.
I really don't know if that's a card or a foul. It was a 50-50 ball.
I think it was a 50-50 ball, but I think he realized the goalie got it, and then he followed through on it pretty good.
Protected there, and he did get to the ball first. We have Nathan Ford and Jonathan discussing with the fourth official, and I do kind of agree with you and what they're saying is that.
I thought it was kind of a cheap hit. I think he knew what he was doing.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Just saying.
Yeah, referee McAdam going in there and talking to the DALAC.
You can stand there, but you can't move with him.
He's going to call that. I could see he was watching that player. He just warned him.
Well, he had his arms out, right?
He was going to call that because
he had his arms out,
still interfered with the goalie on that corner. He didn't listen to the warning. The game has sort of settled down again. Evenly possession after the second goal there. It'd be nice to see them get a third before the end of this half.
Oh, that's a handball.
That's a handball.
Yeah,
that is definitely a handball. Who's going to get this one? The last penalty kick was Kai Nurse, who buried a ball against, I think it was St. Thomas UMBSJ. So this one's going to go to Liam Boswell. I would give it to Liam. He had a couple good chances here. He probably deserves the chance to get a goal here.
Yeah.
Strike it hard and low. I know that keeper, from what I've seen, is not moving quickly side to side. Even just tap it into a corner and you should get this. And he does. Well done. That's a good goal for Liam Boswell. He deserved that chance.
Yeah, it's good. So, as you said, Jack, be nice to get one more before half, and they do. 3-0 now.
Maybe I should say that again. Lots of composure there for Liam. He just put it straight down the middle there. The goalie went to the right, his right, Liam's left, and never really had a chance. Good finish for Liam.
Just referee, fourth official there, Aiden O'Regan, saying 2 minutes of added time.
Okay.
So we'll be two more. So 4 more minutes approximately left.
It's a risky pass there. Holland College has looked the best here when they kept the ball moving.
Yeah.
Like every time they've moved the ball quickly, they've created score. They've hurt themselves when players take a touch too many.
Yeah. No, you're right. The goals they've scored have been good, quick build-up, good, quick counters.
Even as you said, I'll go back to what you said earlier, just get the ball in the box. That's how they got the handball.
Yeah.
If he hadn't taken that shot quickly into the box, they wouldn't have had a handball. So yeah, touches in the box are important. That was a nice ball by Dykstra. Dykstra's played well too. He's walking the line over there. Receive Wheeler. Nice touch. Wheeler pass it off to Kai. Should have put a little bit more on that. So you see fourth official is putting up the time. And you're right, 2 minutes.
Well out by the keeper there. No
It's only the second
trepidation
game
after
he's
getting
played
that.
in 2 years, that keeper.
What's that?
This keeper's, he's a 2-year player. It's the only second game he's played in 2 years, and he's done very
Done well.
He played against St. Thomas 3 weeks ago. Not a good result, but he saved a PK, made a couple big saves. Anytime a keeper saves a PK.
Yeah.
Can't remember who number 12 is, but I know he came in with that injured player, and he's done well for Dal.
Yeah.
He's worked hard. He's made a couple of key passes. Nick is composed back there, eh?
Yeah. Yeah. He's had a good half of soccer for
Yeah,
sure.
for sure.
He said he's
I'd say
well.
I would
He's
have
been
to
2 or
say
3
that
quick
Nick has
recoveries.
saved a goal,
Yeah.
at least one. While they pass the ball, see a player. There you go. There you go. Yes, I'm okay with that.
Oh yeah. It didn't quite sit for him, but
No, but
that's,
he had to
that's
get
fine.
that down. Again, there's potential for rebounds.
Yep.
Anything. But drive it hard and low.
Yeah. I think it bobbled a little at him just on the last.
Yeah, he probably should have settled it down and did something different. And there's Nick again. Good first
That's
half.
going to be the first half. A good first half for Holland College. 3 goals. They lead the game 3-0, and we'll be back with the second half in about 10 or 15 minutes.
Not that it matters, but out of town it is 3-6 St. Thomas.
Told you every night. I said, when Mount St. Vincent beat Holland College, Halifax, everybody said that's the last game they're going to win. She said, Holland College had won that game, they didn't know.
Well, even if they'd won the Crandall game here,
Yeah.
like that's the one that I look at.
They played UMA Australia, I went over.
Yeah.
They passed the ball back to me, went like this. You know, he's a good keeper, right? Those things happen.
Yeah.
And then Nathan gets the penalty. It hit the inside of the post,
Yeah.
came across, all the way across, out.
Not
Hit the inside of the post. But you know, no, I would say it's just extended. But then I hit the inside, move it.
Yeah.
You guys know rebound?
Look, it went straight across and out. Like straight across and
Yeah.
he hit it, he hammered it. Because he always buries the ball in the corner, but it's just caught the inside post and straight across. And then yeah, that would have been, that's a different game. So it's been like that all year. And then the winning goal, Mount St. Vincent, the winning goal was just the first 10 minutes, first 5 minutes, the guy just got in behind, took a low shot, and went far post and in. Don't think we had another shot the rest of the game. That was 3-0 in the whole game. He just couldn't score. Last 2 games, you come hard.
Yeah. Not garbage time goals per se. but-
No, the only thing was last night.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the
1, 2,
second
3, 4,
half of the
5,
second
6,
game.
7.
7 substitutions going into the game for the Holland Hurricanes. Number 17, Jack, who's that?
Okay, so we'll start with number 17 is Akola Adaji. Number 8,
Isidori.
Isidori.
I talk about
16, Mateo Osorio. 7, Ahmad Al-Khabib. He's a Sherwood Parkdale Rangers player. Number 15, Anthony Pittman. Cole McWilliams is in net. Is that 7? If I missed somebody, I apologize, but that's a big substitution list. Which I think, Lauren, you and I both said if they were up at half.
Yeah, I think that
happen.
third goal makes it a little easier to
But you know what?
fire
When I
some
look
subs
at,
out there.
that's good coaching too.
Oh, yeah.
That's great coaching when you look at your bench and say, you know what, you guys are part of this team.
Yeah.
You're going to go in and get a chance to play too. Especially for the ones that are leaving this year.
Yeah, if
You
you're
got
not,
3 or
if
4
this
out
is your
there
last
that are
game,
playing their final game, but they're getting to play. I had forgotten that Izzy didn't start.
yeah.
But he'll play, he'll easily do well. He's a good player.
Former Stone Park Tiger.
That's right.
3 of them out there today.
I look at so when Izzy was grade 9, that team was strong. You had Izzy, you had Ben Hashimoto,
Oh, yeah, that
who
was,
I think is one of the top scorers in the AUS this year.
yeah, Nathan.
Might even be second or third.
No, we were pretty. There was 2. Get off
Sorry,
the rail,
got the way
Jack.
again.
Every time the ball goes in that corner and the camera zooms in on me, our ratings go up. I just want you to know that.
That's true. That's true.
Lonely housewives everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, so that grade 9 team, that was a good team you guys had. You were coaching that with Ian Frasham.
Yeah. No, I look at that crew. There was a lot of guys there that ended up going on to play, high quality soccer at FC or high school or even university soccer. One of the better players in that team that year too was Ian's young fellow John, who ended up becoming a rugby player. He
Yes.
went for rugby more than soccer.
It's funny you say that because I talked to John this summer right before he went to Canada Games, and he was thinking, because he goes to Holland College. I don't think he came back anyway, he was talking about coming to play at Holland College, and then he got injured at the Canada Games rugby, so I think he's just sitting out the year, school-wise too, because he was on crutches, operation. But John would have been a great asset on this team too. That's a good ball. Not sure where that young kid's from, number 17. Do you have that roster? Yeah. So 17, that's Adekola. So who did we keep on? Lauren, we kept 2 in the back line.
Yeah.
Kai and Liam, so those are the 4. The 2 midfielders and 2 on the back line. Everybody else is all new. Nick is enjoying a really good game here today. That's a good ball. Look to your right. Izzy's there. Look to your right. Yeah, it's a good ball. And Izzy was, that ball had to gone sooner. He held it up and Izzy ended up offside. So I'm looking to see if number 17's on out there for Rams. He is. So in the back line, number 17 for the Rams. He's from Cole Schofield, I think his name is. Yeah, Cole Schofield. He's from RC. He's a local boy. He was also one of the All-Stars we named.
Okay.
Good play by Carson. And guess who cleared that?
Defended again.
Ignies. Jeez.
We're going to have a goal kick.
Anyway, talking about what we were talking earlier about if the senior men's FC doesn't get started, I think it's going to be a U23 team. I think it could be a strong team because I look at, Chase, Bell, strong midfield, Thomas Gagne, Nathan Wheeler, Caleb Gagne, Jake Tweel, Soup, Will Campbell. There's a lot of good players there. And when I look back at the year Caleb, Soupy, Lachlan, Jake played, they finished top 5. And then 2 years later, the U17s finished top 5 as well. So when you put those two teams together, it's a nice little movement there by 15. Oh, unfortunate. Number 22 for Dal, I recognize him. I think he's been there a few years now. He might be a 3rd or 4th year player.
Yeah. Well, he looks like he's old enough to have kids on the team.
Yes. What is his name? So I don't see a 22 on the list. He's number 25. Noah Willis. Okay. Did he play when you were there, Ibra? Because he looks like he's been there a while. No, I think he's a 4th or 5th year player. That's what I mean. There we go. Mateo Osorio. Nice little ball. Pazzi. Ahmed. You must have coached him at Sherwood. And there's a goal. And you hear a big celebration from the starters on the bench for number 15. 15 or 17, who was it? Number 17, what's his name? Adekola Deji.
Who scored that, Jack?
That was a good finish.
Who was it?
Adekola, number 17. That was a good finish by him.
Yeah. There you go.
So now we're at 4-0. This is a good result for this team. I see there's still some, looks like almost all of the girls' team is still here cheering on the boys, which is nice to see.
Which is great, yeah. That is nice to see. And
hopefully the boys follow suit
the
next
boys
weekend.
the boys on the bench are engaged. They were as excited, I think, as anybody to see that goal go in.
Well, it's nice when you see a player get out there that doesn't see a lot of time and score a goal. And you can see, as you said, like the players on the bench were excited for him to score too. See, Cole got his foot up, but I think that was just in protection. The player ran into his foot.
just
Cole
like he
didn't
hit his
hit
knee
him
up.
with his foot.
Protect himself.
Pardon me?
Yeah, I think he just got his knee up to protect himself
Well,
there.
of course.
And I don't blame him. Like you said, you've already saw in the first half the keeper got run pretty good. So
Yes.
you've got to protect yourself on something like that.
Trent Hayes was good at protecting himself.
I think the guy might have got it right in the. Just got the wind knocked out of him.
Yes, it looks like it too. Good movement here by.
Yep. Good
ball through to Mateo. Let's go, Mateo. Listen, You're on the scoreboard, you got a shot, right?
Yep.
So we're almost 10 minutes into the second half here. So as we look down there, Lauren, then every single player has played today.
Yeah, I think so.
The girls, every single player played today.
Yeah.
That's nice to see.
Have a sub here for Dow.
Number 12, he was the first sub in the first half too. Matt McKenzie, is that? Yeah, Matt McKenzie. He was the first sub, and actually he came into the game in the first half and did quite well. That's a nice ball. So as I look out there, same as with the girls team, I have 2 students out there, 2 culinary students, Lucas Smith and Mateo Osorio, and I must let you know they are very good students too. I enjoy them in class. I think they'll do well. Yeah, you can see the foul coming there. You can see sometimes when Leon has it lined up.
Who's our new goalie for you at Holland College, Jack?
That's Cole McWilliams.
Yeah, that's goal. Yep.
So Cole was an FC player as well. He and I can't remember the other keeper's name. Anyway, Cole was the starter for FC and Canada games in his age group. Went to Holland College for a year, and then not sure where he went after that. He came back this year and he's played it really well. He was a good pickup for them.
Yep. It's well done.
That was a good play. And again, the thing I've noticed again today as they've improved is there's been no panic.
Yeah.
Like earlier in the year, I noticed balls at the back were just being kicked away, and they're not just being kicked away anymore. They're actually holding onto the ball, passing it out instead of just kicking it. I know I talked to Chad McNally, who we announced as a player who's graduating, and he played the first game this year. He was a leading scorer last year, but he's coming back next year, he told me.
Okay.
So it's they'll have a decent team next year. And I'm sure, like I said, some of these players that are moving on will probably stay. I knew he was going to call that.
What's that?
I knew he was going to call that. Well, Lauren, the temperature has definitely dropped here.
It's gotten cool, Jack. When the sun's not out this time of the year, it gets cool.
Yeah.
Clouds kind of moved in a little bit. We had a good run of summer and good weather into September, but I think fall has settled in here.
I agree with you on that.
Rainy, dreary weather lately, and some cooler temperatures. I know a couple of mornings, some frost in the car when I was going out. So, sure, Coach Voss is hoping for better weather next weekend. Some good.
The
weather
long
for that.
range looks like.
What's that?
Long range, I look Tuesday and Thursday both look like rain, and looks like it's going to be a nice weekend.
That's good.
So hopefully it stays
You
like
kind
that.
of hate to have the weather be a major part in the in the games and the championships.
I mean, I've been in games where we cleared snow.
Yeah, no, we
At
2002,
UPEI.
we won the AUS with UPEI in a snowstorm.
Right.
Tape of the first half of the game. You can barely see the field because the snow's coming in horizontal.
Good recovery by Liam there. Good movement here. Usually 15, I think Anthony Pittman, I think, has done well coming into this game, playing the right back.
Throw in on the near side here. We'll get off the rail, Jack.
That's our cue to step back. The ball's on the
Ball's
near
down
side
this
here.
end. We got to remember to get out of the way.
Little flick there by Mateo. Oh, I thought he was going to have a chance there. Man on Carson there. Don't want to get too comfortable back here, though. You kind of sandwiched him there.
Yeah.
Without taking a foul. That was a good play. Well, 60th minute, Lauren. 4-0. What do you think?
Oh, there's a chance here. Ooh. Keeper's out.
And
I think if you're Holland College, this is exactly what you'd expect or hope for. You and I think Coach Voss. I mean, obviously, he wishes he could. They could be prepping for the playoffs, but he's got some goals out of his players. He's gotten a bunch of bodies into the game. That one is going way
definitely too long.
And I think if you're at this point in time, if you're DALAC, I don't think the clock can run fast enough for you. You're just trying to get the hell out of here. I'm surprised, actually.
I saw Jason Grash just sent us a message, said 3 losses in a row, but I think he's forgetting the Champions League loss, so it's 4 in a row.
3 league losses in a row.
Not to rub it in, but it's 4 losses in a row.
I'm surprised the DALAC coach has kind of cleared his bench a little bit more, too.
Well, the DALAC girls didn't.
No, they didn't, I guess.
No, they didn't, which I was surprised. Because, yeah, you might as well put players in. There's nothing after today. Oh, a little spin around there, but didn't work.
Is that what that was? I never had that one in my arsenal.
I didn't have too many in my arsenal.
No.
Mine was more of run through. As you saw Nathan's celebration, mine was more of just an airplane run.
Yeah.
That was I had nothing elaborate.
I was just to try to find the person in the stands I didn't like the most and just go wave at them.
Be careful with that one. Careful ball.
The leg clip from behind there. I mean, I've got to give credit to DALAC here. They not quit.
No, they've
They're still
continued
playing
the
well.
battle.
They're
Yeah.
still trying to create chances. Nobody's basically given up here. Saw that coming. As we heard Jonathan Voss say, careful, Nick.
Yeah, and I think that's, I don't know. if there hadn't been a penalty the other way, maybe that one
yeah,
that gets.
there
But
might not have been
anyway,
one there, but
we'll
see
see.
what Cole can do here.
Whew.
That's actually
Well
not a
taken.
bad penalty. There's not much you can do on that. That was just hit it hard. That puts them on the scoreboard, but I'm still pretty comfortable that Holland College will win this game. So that was number 20, Gus McEwen. I see there's also 21, Gregor McEwen. I wonder if they're related. Anyway, he just drove that right down the middle of the net.
And like you said, Dak, just before that happened, Dal's kept coming at them, right? They're not sort of laying down. They kept
Fullback's
playing.
under pressure there. There's been no quit on them, for sure. That's going to stay in. Definitely colder here.
Worn the winter jacket. There's a shot from distance that hits the.
So right now we're this half we're even 1-1.
Yeah.
Right under behind. There we go. It's probably a risky pass there. But not going to get to that. Not a bad ball.
Not bad. It's a little better build up there in the last
Yes.
attack. Some good passing.
Gonna get a second goal. Oh,
Almost.
second
Good
goal
save by the
there.
keeper.
Look off to the distance. There's another sign of fall, Lord.
And the geese, yeah.
He's leaving.
Make a great Thanksgiving dinner, too.
That's why they're leaving.
But it's true.
That's a good ball in. We need to settle this down. Have it back out. There we go. Have it back in the box for a chance.
That's a good ball. Oh!
Oh, what a chance
That
that
was,
was.
a great try. That would have been spectacular.
That was a beauty there.
Now they got a drop here.
Here's the counter, just
Oh.
too far. Jeez, what a shot that was. Special delivery here, Lauren.
It's a
20 pack of Timbits.
yeah, it's national snack.
Thank you.
I can only have one or two of them. They go right to my hips. There'll be a brief pause in the commentary while we eat our Timbits. Well handled by the keeper. Yeah.
Players on the pitch right now have played well.
There's another
Dal
sub
making
for
another
Dow.
sub, so coming off is 11. 11 is Eric Winters. Going in was
3.
3,
3 and
Elliot Saucier. But it was just a starter going back in.
Okay.
Still not a lot of movement from his bench players. Nice little chip from Izzy. This number 15, Anthony Pittman, has done well.
Yep.
Oh, there you go, Izzy. Oh! How did he get that shot off?
Some juice on that,
And
too.
on target.
Yeah. Off the rail, Jack.
Totally, that was nice. I didn't expect, I thought he was going to try and put that through the box. That was a nice shot. That goalie worked hard to make that save. There's the patience there, right?
Yep. And that's going to go
Put
for
the pressure on here right now.
Yeah.
70
They've,
minutes.
Holland's picked up the pace a little bit since that since the penalty shot goal from Dow. They've raised their play a little bit, for sure.
Put it in there, Boswell. Yeah. There you go, Lucas. Have it. Oh. Get on the rebound. You can see there were stars in his eyes there.
You can hear the guys in the bench getting ready to lose it if he'd scored.
He thought that it was his chance. That goalie has made a couple big saves.
Oh, yeah.
Surprisingly.
He's done well. He's had a couple there. That the shot that Izzy hit was a good, hard shot.
That was a nice shot from Izzy. Coach Voss yelling at Lucas to go in. You might as well go. Drop Liam back, give him a chance. And that was in and out.
Out and in.
Wasn't even in, was it?
Went out before it went in.
Good ball.
That's a good ball.
And
Well
Nick was
defended,
there.
though.
Let's see what we can do.
Ryan
at the
Ayers with
counter,
the
get some
chance here
bodies
now.
Forward. That's a nice ball.
He's got one more to Izzy here.
I thought he should have kept
He's
going
got
to
goals
Izzy.
on his mind now.
What? Oh, yes. Dangerous ball through the middle there. You're lucky to get away with that. Cole's coming hard for that. And see his knees are coming up again. He's protecting himself.
That's good. Good job. Well
I
done
don't
by the
blame him.
keeper.
I would too. It's a good switch by Kai. Keep it coming this way. Keep it coming this way. You put yourself in trouble there.
He's a little bit
but
lucky there.
You should have, that ball should have came right here to the wing. When you're moving it across, keep coming. Why would you stop it there? Just as you said, let the other team recover. You keep it coming, and they're still chasing you. I would just play that ball to Liam. Hard and low, right to Liam's feet. No, you just gave it away. Nice ball. Have this through the box.
Oh, interesting. Just what?
Say it.
Huh? Kai's grandmother, Kai Nurse's grandmother, is apparently watching from Trinidad.
Oh, hello to Kai's grandmother. There's Kai taking the corner kick there, which is a nice corner kick. Can we finish this?
You know, Ben
See, we've got fans all over the world, Lauren.
Ben Hashimoto's grandmother was watching a game from UPI one time, and I cut a deal with her to get some pierogies. Now, I assume, if Kai's grandmother's a good cook, we'll take it a little.
Send us a gift.
Caribbean
package.
food is fabulous.
No,
No,
we are
great to hear that,
internationally known.
Yeah. No, nice to know that someone's watching from distance. And
she should
Kai's
be proud.
Kai's had a
good
great game. And I can tell his grandmother. I've been around Kai for a long time. He used to play a lot with my son RJ, and he's a fantastic kid. Great kid off the field as well as on the field. So
Like we said, he started every game this year.
Yeah.
And he's a first-year player, so he'll be a good returning player next year. Mateo's really working hard. You can tell he wants to score a goal.
Ever since he got that chance, that
Really
big chance there.
Since he's had that chance, he's working hard to get that. But like I said, you're on the score sheet. You got a shot on that.
Yeah. 75th minute, 15 minutes to go here in the second half of this ACAA game. Holland College and DALAC. It's 4-1 for Holland College. 3 goals in the first half and 1 in the second. DALAC scored on a penalty shot here in the second, and that's where we stand with 15 minutes to go.
Knowing Jonathan, I would not be surprised on the short view, but I would not be surprised if the players that are leaving go back on to finish the game. But who knows? There's a really good movement of the ball in this game right now. I look at this, I'm like, some of these players, this is their chance, and they're really taking advantage of it. They just didn't walk out there. They're working hard.
Yeah.
Ooh,
that's
late.
probably going
That's
to be a card.
That was very late. A little cheer from the DALAC girls.
Yeah.
Actually, they haven't had much to cheer about this game. Forgot to mention when the Hurricanes traveled over to Crandall yesterday, they had a very long day because their bus broke down.
Oh, no.
And their bus broke down in Bonshaw. So 20 minutes into your trip.
Yeah.
And it took an hour and a half to get another bus.
That's no good.
So
you broke down like in Moncton with the mall or something. That would be okay. You could pass some time. But yeah.
So it was at the Appin Road.
Not much happening in Bonshaw.
No. So Jonathan had the teams take a nice little walk up the Appin Road instead of just sitting on the bus, which is probably smart too.
Yeah. It's funny. I can remember driving a van load of high school kids up to a basketball game at West Isle. I think your son was probably in there, and I remember driving. It's almost a 2-hour drive and pulling up and getting almost to well defended.
That was very well
getting
defended.
almost to West Isle and looking in the back seat, and everybody in the van was sound asleep. And they started the first quarter of the game down about 14-0 to start with.
Because they were still asleep.
They're still asleep. And somebody told me afterwards, they told me a story about a guy who had coached midget hockey, and he said every time they played in Tignish or in the West, he stopped the bus or the van a mile from the rink and made them walk to the rink.
Actually
to
pretty
wake them
smart.
up. Oh, here's a
Here we go
chance.
again. Cole's coming out.
Oh,
well
done.
played by Cole.
I don't even know if he touched that. I think
No, but he forced the
yeah,
guy
but he just
to take another touch.
made him take a bad touch.
Yeah, well played. You didn't even get him a chance to pull the trigger on that. Yes, you told me that story before, and what Nathan was in there. Him and RJ, and I think Colby.
Yeah, all the grade 12, all the grade 12 guys.
They
Yeah,
slept the whole way up and slept through the first quarter of the game.
yeah, they started so bad they ended up making a game of it late, but they never recovered from the horrible start. I remember thinking to myself, I think next time I do that, I pull over, walk in, fellas, get some fresh air in your lungs, and wake up.
Yeah. This kid really should have a second goal. That's a PK.
Oh yeah.
He dragged his foot, and when he did that, he dragged his leg. Give it to Mateo.
Yeah, I think
There you go. Give it to somebody who hasn't scored.
they're gonna give him his chance of glory.
He's had eyes as big as saucers since he had that shot. Oh, that's a PK all the way.
Yeah.
There's no debating that at all. He hooked his leg and dragged him. It'd be nice to see him put this in. I don't think his brother's here today either. I thought he might be out to watch. And he did. Nicely done. That's nice. Nice to see him score a goal. Everybody celebrating with him. He looks pretty happy, Lauren.
Yeah, what's that?
He looks pretty happy.
Yeah.
Mateo doesn't play a lot, but everybody likes him. He's a nice kid. And 9 minutes left. I don't see maybe a minute or two added onto this.
Yeah.
So we got 5-1 now. What was the girls' final? 5-0?
I think so, yeah.
Cole doesn't give up rebounds very often.
No,
He stops the ball dead.
Yeah, and that's what you want from your keeper. No second chances.
No. You can beat this guy. I would have tried a little flick over top of him because his momentum had him coming forward. You get that over, you're in on a break. Nobody's catching you. Oh, that's a card. It's definitely a card because he's had 2 fouls prior to that.
Yeah.
The other card was coming. That's probably his third, but season's over. It's his second or third. I think I saw him get one before. But I think you're right that the rules now are they just wipe the slate clean. They don't carry over. Nothing in the league carries over into championship weekend. So I think even if you took a red card today and you were playing the championship, you would play.
I don't know about a red.
No?
Not sure. I doubt that one.
Maybe. Well,
think
I know I'm pretty sure the yellows don't carry.
Yeah.
Oh, what's the real time here? See, be nice to see Izzy get one. He's going to shoot this. Oh. And he got a second. That's his second. In the right spot, the right time.
Yep.
Good rebound. Atacola.
6-1
goal.
for Holland. Yeah, and you can tell the
6-1.
DALAC guys are not enjoying themselves very much right now. they're going to be
I
happy
think
when
now
this
they're
is done and dusted.
Can you imagine if the starters had stayed in? There's not much left to say here, Lauren. Just watch the clock run out, really.
There's a shot.
That's
from
actually a good
distance.
shot.
That's well handled because that's a tough hop,
Yeah,
a
that
short
was
hop in front. Keeps it in front of him and handles it well.
It's too bad they had a PK there because
He's hit the camera. Is this weekend the end of the UPEI season as well, like the regular season?
yeah, they're done.
Okay.
They went to Dal, played the last game against Dal. They were up 1-0. That's a card. Yeah. They're up 1-0. They took a red card in the 60th minute, something like that. And then Dal scored 3 goals in 7 minutes.
Okay.
Dal's a good team, too. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, so their season ended with 2 wins, 3 wins?
I think 3.
3 wins. Just ahead of St. Mary's and Mount A. St. Mary's had a very disappointing season this
Yeah, they
year.
weren't very good this year, which is surprising.
Well, I think their biggest problem was no recruiting.
Yeah.
They lost quite a few players last year. There was not much recruiting this year, and I think part of it is their coach also coached the Canada Games team. It's hard doing 2 teams.
Yeah.
Although they did well at Canada Games. I'd say that's it. Most of them on the bench have their shin pads off.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's going in unless
Nobody's
there's
going
an
back in.
injury or
Yeah.
an emergency of some kind.
What did I say? They have 13 goals in their last 4 games. I'm sure they would like to have 1 or 2 of those in previous games. And that's the difference, and they're not playing after today. Because they are a talented enough team to go into the playoffs. Oh, that's good. You're right. I think this Dow team's like done. They're done now. As you can see by that ball right there. It's just kicking away. Cam Skirman's still out there. He hasn't really done much, but he's also a keeper playing at a striker position.
Every goalie in the world thinks he's a goal scorer.
The only goalie I've ever seen that was a really good goal scorer was Dave Tweedy.
Yeah, yeah.
Dave Tweedy would come on as striker and get a goal, or Dave Tweedy would come out of the nets and take the PKs.
Yeah.
Tweedy could score.
Brad Hayes always said he was a good goal scorer, but I
Brad
never
Hayes was
actually
not.
saw it.
Trent Hayes is a good keeper. Tweedy was both.
Well, we had what's his name played for us, Shane Etchegary.
Yes.
Our keeper in the air that we had hosted the Nationals, and he scored in he scored in extra time to send us to PKs in the bronze medal game while he was playing nets. The last minute of the game, we threw him in for
So we've got a sub here.
a,
Obviously, number 5 is
into the box for a corner kick, and he scored. Ran straight to the beer tent.
Philip Vino came out, and Vance Lawless came in. And from the cheers, it sounds like Vance Lawless is getting a chance he doesn't usually get, I'd say. In the last minute. He's going to get the last minute plus whatever our at a time is. And hopefully he gets a touch on the ball.
Who came in there, Jack?
Number 5.
Okay.
Is he going to? No. That's why I said he just came in the last minute plus whatever going to be added on here. Hopefully he gets a touch on the ball at least.
Yeah.
We should be getting the time here soon. As Eden holds up, how many minutes? 1 minute, which makes sense. Nothing really happened this half to necessitate any more at a time. And he got it, and he got hit. And he got up smiling. He's got the biggest grin I've ever seen on a kid who's just got smoked on the field. He's loving it.
Yeah.
Good for him. Oh, Jesus, it's a 3-on-1.
Oh, great save.
What a save by Cole. Beautiful save. A lot of players were pushed forward for Holland College up here. They got caught there. You know what goalie go up to? This might be the last play of the game. And that's we were.
And that is the
anyway,
final whistle. Final
pleasure.
score here: 6-1 Holland College over the DALAC Rams. That's the end of the broadcast, end of the season here for the men's team. And don't forget, next weekend the ACAA championships will be here at the Terry Fox Center. Nick Murray will be back, and
the men's are here too. There's some good teams coming.
Yep.
UKC
Yep.
For men's
Yeah,
did not allow a goal all year.
some good soccer to be seen here from both sides, so men's and women's. So by all means, come out and take it in, and we'll see. Hope see Nick will be back, and for myself and Jack Wheeler, thanks for having us today. We'll see. Maybe next time Nick's got to do a sentence on weekends, we'll be back.